Alright, hi, welcome. This is my monthly live show that I give to my patrons who pledge $5 or more per video, and so that's fun. And as usual, I have some prizes to give away, which is why being tardy is a punishable offense in my live shows. So usually I give away a sticker and a printed selfie that I take during the show and then I mail it, but my instant printer broke in the middle of the last live show, if you saw it, so I just have a couple of of the same selfies and I'll give one away. So prizes, like I said, is one of those selfies. Another one is you'll get to pick one of these stickers. This one says left side, right side. This one says ear to ear. And then this one, which is the most popular one, is the Softly Galoshes brain. So there is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everybody who wants to be a winner of one of these prizes let me know. I'll put you all on the little list, and then I'll do a random generator. So why did I open a calculator? I want Notepad, not a calculator. So who wants to be in the running for the sticker? Who wants to win a sticker? Just say I want to win a sticker and I'll add you. Pretty sure Andrew wants one because he wants to collect all of them. Tom wants to win one. Angus doesn't want to win one because he has all three of them already. Anybody else? James wants to win one. You want to win. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I just think of you as Thumbs Up Guy in my head, and I had to like reprogram myself to remember your actual name. So, could you? I know that's the thing. Is I said in my head like, oh, it's probably Dawn, but I was like, I don't want to say anything and be wrong. What if it's not Dawn? What if it's something completely not Dawn? So I promise, I did know your name. I was scared. I was scared. No worries. Okay, and then John wants to win one. Okay, so I have Andrew, Tom, James, Don, and John. Wow, a lot of your names rhyme together. Is it everybody? All right. Actually, Vulcan, did you want to win one of the stickers? Did you want to win one of them? Sure. I'll add you to the list. Okay, so we have 6 people. We have a random number generator. Clicking this one. Alright, so there are 6 possible winners. And the winner is Tom. You win a sticker. Yay! Oh no! Okay, so which one do you want? Which one does Tom want to win? You'll take the brain? Okay, so just leave me an email with your address that I can send it to, and you can just send it to the softlygaloshes@gmail.com, and then I'll give you a sticker. And also, in case you didn't know, I actually send all of these. Oh god, I just poured them everywhere. That's nice. I send them in these cards. I'll write you a little card, and I'll sign it, and it'll be personalized for you, and the sticker will be in here. So, yay! So that's nice. Cool. So then the next one is we'll have a winner of this wonderful selfie. Isn't it great? Isn't it the best selfie you've ever seen? Okay, so who wants to possibly win a selfie? Angus wants to win a selfie. I know that because Angus always wants to win a selfie, and he's never won yet. John wants to. Tom. Alright, so what I do is when somebody wins a sticker, I have everybody put it up for a vote if the person gets to try out for another one. So there's that. Tom wants to win one. James wants to win one. And Andrew wants to win one. And Vulcan wants to win one. Okay, so I have Angus, John, Tom, Don, James, Andrew, and Vulcan. So Angus says he's cool with him entering if he wants to win both. It would save me on postage, personally. So everybody else can just say, do you think Tom should be able to to do both. What do you think? This is a democracy. Sure, okay. Sure thing. It'll definitely save me on postage, so I don't have a problem with it. Okay, so just to clarify, I have Angus, John, Tom, Don, James, Andrew, and Vulcan. I'm pretty sure that's everybody who's here anyway, so cool. I'm gonna hit the thing now. And the winner is Dawn! Yay! You win a thing. Isn't that nice? It's always so anticlimactic when I'm just sitting here in my living room like, yay! That's fun. Cool. So yeah, I'll sign this with a nice SG on here. And then you can just give me your address and everything. I don't remember. Have I sent anything to you before? I don't think I have. But yay. To Tom and Dawn. Wonderful. So just send my address, your address. Yeah, so just send it again so that I make sure I have the most current one and everything. Yeah. Yeah. So, right. Now, I'm going to ask lots of questions to get to know everybody. And I'm so sorry. These are the things that I edit out of my videos. Angus says, the selfie eludes me once again. Next year. Yeah, so if you guys want to hear about my birthday, I haven't uploaded the vlog or edited the vlog about my birthday, but I could tell you about my birthday if you want to hear about it. I can let you know. Yeah, so, okay, so I don't really like cake, or at least I thought I didn't like cake. Cat, you're shaking the whole table. There you go. So, okay, I thought that I didn't like cake because store-bought cake, as in like from Walmart or like a grocery store in general, it's just terrible. It's terrible. Like the frosting tastes like plastic and death, and the cake is like so sugary that it hurts my teeth, and none of it. It's not even like a normal cake ingredient list. It's like a whole bunch of stuff, and it just doesn't taste as good. But earlier in the year, I had a friend who had a cake for her birthday that they got at a really nice place, and I actually really enjoyed it. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a cake, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So I looked on Yelp, and I found this place, and I went there. And one of the cakes they had already prepared was a raspberry champagne cake. And I was like, that sounds fancy. I've never had that before. It is the best cake I have ever had. It is completely the best cake I've ever had. I still have some in the fridge, even though I've been craving it, because I just like being able to want the cake and know that I could have that cake at any time. So I'm going to have to eat that cake because I'm not going to be saving a cake on a road trip, and the cake's not going to be that great on the way back. So after this, I'm probably going to have some of that cake. The best cake. Hi, cat. All right, what's happening? It was so good. So I had friends over and we played board games. One of my friends sorry about that. One of my friends got me this. And it's so cute. Look how cute it is. The cat agrees and also wants cake. That's true. And it came with this gift card, and the gift card is from Starbucks, and it's shaped like a coffee. It even has like a little warmer, and it's also an ornament as well. So this is like the best thing I've ever seen. That is great. And the other thing my friends got me was this board game. It's like a Disney board game where you have to like answer questions about the cartoons and the movies and the resorts and everything. And it's actually, I thought it was going to be kind of weird, but it actually was really fun. The questions weren't that difficult, but it was kind of fun because you have to like wager points before you hear the question and hope that you get it right, otherwise you don't get to move forward as fast. So it's like it'd be like there'd be a card and it'd have 4 images on it, and it'd be like, which one of these people has never met Cinderella or something, and you'd be like, it's probably the one character who's not in Cinderella. So it's like, it's not very difficult. But my friend Karen, she was doing really well, and she got really ahead in the game. And it came down to the final question where if she gets it right, she wins, and if not, then she has to go all the way back to the beginning of the board because Disney does not mess around, and if you're going to lose, you're going to lose hard. So she got somebody else pulled this question for her, and it was the most difficult question in the entire game that we had seen. It was like, which one of these resort exhibitions or like the rides and everything got replaced in 1998 to be replaced with Finding Nemo or something, and it's like, how would you know that? And it just has 4 like not even like images of the actual like rides or things that you can go look at. I can't think of the word right now. It was just like these cartoon drawings that were really vague, and it's like, all right. And so she just guessed, and she got it right, and she was so happy. She like slammed her little like answer thing on the ground. She's like, yeah! It was the best. And we're like, how did you know? And she's like, well, I've been on all these other rides, and I've never seen this ride, so it probably isn't there anymore. And she just won the whole game. It was the best. Yeah, it was really specific. All the other ones were like, which one of these, which 3 of these images requires being on the ground to move or whatever. And it was like, this one is an image of like a truck from some movie, and this was that. And then one of them was the house with all the balloons from Up. And it's like, I wonder which one doesn't need to be on the ground. I wonder. Like, so some of them are really easy. And then like the final question is just like most ridiculous question. So it's funny. There's hair in my eyes. Hi, yes, you're very whiny. You love being on camera. We know this. Okay, this is happening again. So yeah, that was fun. And then we were gonna play Cranium, but then it got kind of late, and I was tired, and I had to edit videos. So there's that. But it was really fun, and they were really nice. And I have some footage of that I'm gonna put in that vlog when I edit it and everything. So yay! Really good birthday. Anyway, so I have some questions that I'm gonna ask you guys, and I'll tell you my answer, and then you guys can tell me your answers. So that's nice. Angus says that he really enjoys board games, and then it sounds nice and fun. And somebody else said that Tom said, wow, that question was really specific. And Andrew says, Isabella takes after me, loving being in front of a camera. This cat is the best. I used to have these old like skits and weird videos I made when I was in high school on YouTube that some of them are public still, some of them are privated now. But she would always just like jump up in the background like onto the TV and just like looking around, and it's like I once had a video that for some reason I deleted because I thought it wasn't good enough of just all of these clips of the cat just like interrupting or being in the background of my videos just chilling, and it was just like Isabel the YouTube star, and it was the best. Yeah. Isabel has learned of Heather's cats and is jealous of stardom. Beautiful. Right, so if you were a superhero, what powers would you have? What powers would you have? The chapstick has like gotten into my lips, and so I'm really wanting cake to make it not better. Which power? It says powers, so I guess you can choose more than one. Yeah, you need to get down. This isn't working out. I love you. Dawn says telekinesis. Why would you want telekinesis? Tell us why. Let us into your mind. It's just funny because, yeah. Invincibility count? Yeah, that counts. Invincibility in what way? Like, you can't get beat up or you can't die, or like what are the boundaries of your invincibility? Kat, this is also not the time to be using your scratching post while I'm on a live show. I'm sorry. I know you want to be a YouTube star, but not today. Andrew says teleportation. It takes way too long to travel anywhere and I actually want to go. Do you ever think about how, like, if teleportation became a regular kind of transportation, that would be kind of terrifying? Like, someone could just rob your house and then, ding, they're on the other side of the world. Like, how would you catch people? Like, will there be places that are blocked from being teleported? Will you have to use, no. Will you have to use a, like, teleportation-like thing, or could you just hit something and go? Like, what's stopping you from teleporting into the White House? Like, what's stopping you from teleporting into lots of things? So, like, what are the boundaries of that? That would be terrifying, because people would just commit crimes and then sing to the other side of the world, I would imagine. But I guess there'd probably be a way for, eventually, teleportation to let you know where the last person went. I don't know. This is getting complicated. And Dawn says that they wanted telekinesis because they could move things without effort so that you can be more lazy. I wonder if it would, like, over time, if you had to keep using telekinesis, if your brain would get tired, and then eventually, like, you just be kind of making go, and it would just be kind of rolling, dragging on the ground, trying to come towards you, like, bag of chips, come here! And it's like, and then Angus says, you can never die through old age, damage, or anything. So how would you also be immortal then? Would you just, like, you would just also be immortal, like you can't get hurt, and you'd also live forever? And then Andrew said, if scientists actually made teleportation work, it would probably need to work somewhat like a telephone, needing a transmitter device where you start and a receiver device where you'd want to go. Yeah, so I imagine they would start, like, the first, like, little booths or whatever would be in popular places like come to Paris, do this. It's probably incredibly expensive when it started out. After like a decade, it'd probably get like cheap enough for everybody to do it. But starting out, it'd be like just rich people traveling, even though they can already afford like the fastest things to get wherever they want. So unfair. And then Tom says, just make sure you don't get any files on those transporters. Yeah. And then John says, I suggest reading The Ables by Jeremy Scott. Why is that? Files. Files, yeah. Flies. Oh, okay, because you said, did you say flies and I just read it as files? I did. You said flies. Don't get any flies in those transporters. Yeah. That'd be the other thing, is like if something got in there, like microbes and like bacteria could get in there, and then wouldn't you like then be exposing other populations to things that they might not have like a natural immunity to? Like things that we can easily fight off like might hurt them. So like would you have to make it like sterile, like it like how would this work? Like I feel like you could there'd just be a lot of dangers to this. Yeah, Angus says teleportation exists today, but they can only transport single protons, and we have a long way to go. Yeah, like all of that stuff about what's the word? I can't remember the word right now. What is that word? Something to do with the. What is this called? What is the thing that it's called? Quantum physics. That's the thing. Quantum physics. I knew it started with some weird letter. John says teleporters are the new taxis, among other awesomeness. Yeah. And then Tom says making a reference to The Fly. Oh, I've never seen, read, or consumed that in any way. I haven't been exposed to this. So it looks like it's going well so far. I'm not getting exposed to flies. Hello, cat. Yes. Okay. Like, all right. Old horror movie. Yeah. Right. So, did everybody answer? Everybody answer what their powers would be? James says, finally made my mind up. I'd have flight. Yeah. Yes, cat. I'm sorry. But I'm so sorry. This is not happening right now. This entire show is just the cat trying to get attention. I'm so sorry. But yeah, she won't be alone while we're gone. We have a friend who's going to be checking on her every day. They actually get along pretty well. The cat's pretty skittish, so it's good that they get along. Tom says, oh, I guess I would have foresight. So what would it be? Oh, so hi, David. Welcome. You missed the prizes. I'm so sorry. But for Tom, what would the parameters be? Could you just see everything that's going to happen? Would you see everything in like brain or exactly what's going to happen? How far ahead can you see? Would you just get a feeling, like an enhanced sense of intuition? Let me know. I'm interested. As for me, I would probably want like. Okay, so you know how in Twilight, you probably don't know, but one of the vampires has the ability to like manipulate people's emotions, and I would probably want to help people like feel better. I guess I already attempt to do that. I already try to help people feel better, but I guess it would be, I don't know, or even just like healing like physical wounds and things, something healing. That'd be what I want to do. Which I also make ASMR, so vaguely in that category. Right. Let's have another question. What would you do if you won the lottery? No, Cat. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. No. If I won the lottery, I would pay off all of the hospital bills that I have and my student loans, and I would probably acquire a nice house, and I'd probably travel a lot. And I would probably, I don't know, that's probably the basic things, the first thing that I would do. How much are we talking? Well, the lottery, why don't we just say like $1 million? And let's just pretend none of it's going to get removed from taxes or anything. Like you just get $1 million. That's so crappy. You win like $1 million in the game show and you get like 600,000 in the end because they take everything. Although I guess you have the alternate route where you can get everything kind of distributed to you month by month, and that probably would lessen taxes. No, Cat. No. No. Here, let me just put your... I'm so sorry. All she wants is attention. I'm so sorry. Save it, pay off student loans, give some to your family. Yeah. Tom says I'd probably invest in something so that you could hopefully get more. Well, that's smart. Andrew says, depends on how much I won, but pay off debts, quit your job, and then make sure you could live comfortably for the rest. John says, pay the bills and buy a car and gear. David says, buy a cabin up north and live off the land. So it's like you get a whole bunch of money, and then you're like, now I'm going to go live a simplistic life away from everything. Live off the land. No, I'm so sorry, Kat. Like, this is not the time for this to happen right now. I apologize. If you had $1 million, you'd buy your own place and move out, and you'd give me money. You don't have to give me money, but you can come visit me. That'd be cool. Sounds pretty awesome, actually. Yeah. Don says bills and buy a sailboat. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. I'd just travel a lot, and I would probably, honestly, I'd probably buy a lot of clothes. Yeah, could remove the monthly cap on my Patreon. That's true. Yeah. Right, new question. I'm just like wasting time being like, yeah, what's up, Cat? Stop. Oh my god. If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be? We're also going to throw in fictional people, because why not? I would want to have dinner with... I'm not sure. I guess the way that it is I don't really like idolize things. You know, people like celebrities and things. Like even if I like enjoy their movies or what their personality seems to be in interviews and stuff, I don't really like claim to know exactly what they're like. And so like meeting them would be different. It would kind of possibly shatter the fantasy and the idea of them as like a celebrity in the way that what if they turn out to be someone that you don't exactly get along with. And so it's not like I'd like jump on wanting to be a meal with like Chris Pratt or something or like James McAvoy or something, because I would rather just appreciate them in movies so that it doesn't get kind of like changed into who they actually are, because I like their movies, not necessarily wanting to hang out. Yes, hi. This is not happening. Oh god, okay. Alright. She's very determined. Cat, like, no. I don't know why, no. Could pull all your answers together and have a real life hangout. Maybe one day. And Vulcan says, if I use PayPal, could you give me your PayPal address? Yeah, my PayPal is, I'll type it into the chat. I have a really weird PayPal address. David says J.R.R. Tolkien. Angus says his granddad, me, Einstein, and Isaac Newton. That's pretty cool. That sounds like something you would say. Angus says weird dinner table line now. Well, it'd be interesting. John says Parsifal, Grace Kelly, Tolkien, and J.E.B. Stewart. That's with the understanding that you can all speak the same kind of English. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting. Yeah, as I'm saying, I don't really know for me. Probably like friends who live far away, like my friend Sarah, who I've known online for like 6 years, who I haven't met, and then Ingvild, who's her friend and my friend, who actually I've met. I met her last year. And probably like friends from the past, like my best friend from Hawaii, Megan. It'd be cool. That's the other thing I would do if I had more money, is I would go back and visit Hawaii and try to remember all the stuff that I forgot, because I don't remember a lot of my childhood, and I've learned since then that a lot of my memories are locked in places. And so actually if I like imagine a house that I was in or a road that I used to know, I can remember a lot more things rather than just off the top of my head. And so if I could go back, I'd probably remember a lot of things. Not necessarily all good things, but I kind of, it's difficult having so few memories of things. That's why I like doing things like vlogging and journaling, otherwise I really won't remember. Online friendships are awesome, says John. It is true. Their online friends, get you through life, to be honest. When no one else can be there, online friends are really, really life-saving, to be honest. And then Tom says Solid Snake, Nathan Drake, Lara Croft, and Bayonetta, also a weird selection of characters. And then John says, would everyone even leave there alive? And Tom says, who knows? Lol. Yeah. So, who would you want to be stranded with on a deserted island? Well, I mean, probably my boyfriend. We work together pretty well. It's like a lot of our like knowledge bases and skills kind of complement each other. Things that I don't know about, he's really good at, and things he doesn't know about, I'm really good at. So we'd probably figure it out. David says their family. Andrew says someone who knows how to build a boat. Well, okay, they might know how to build a boat, but it's not guaranteed that you'll have the materials to build a boat. So how about someone who knows how to build a boat and then always brings just like scrap wood with them constantly? Then Angus says Bear Grylls. Yeah, then you can sleep inside animal carcasses and drink your own pee. That sounds fun. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? To be honest, like I'd probably just go back to my childhood and like watch events as they happen, because even if I do get memories when I go back, it's not guaranteed to be accurate because our memories are not accurate. So I'd probably just go back and like peek into my life and see what I missed and see what I was like and things like that. But in a way where I'm not like interrupting anything, because I want to know what happened. I don't want to change what happened, even though not all of it was fun. A lot of it was very dramatic, but it's kind of made me who I am today. And I guess I try to find a positive side to things. So because I've gone through a lot of dark things, I can empathize and understand other people who are going through those things, and so I can hopefully offer some kind words that I could have used. Then John says, depends. Do I need someone to help me leave, or are we just provisioned and stuck there a while? Well, I think the whole point of like those kind of questions are who's somebody that you wouldn't mind being around constantly, someone who you'd probably find useful, someone you wouldn't mind being stuck with and having that be like probably the only entertainment. So I think it's more like who's someone that you could go through a stressful, isolated situation with, regardless of if you're leaving or just chilling for a while. Probably focuses more on that. And then David says, nice, Becca. Thanks. Angus says, you'd go back and say goodbye properly to your grandfather. I could imagine that. Yeah. How would your friends describe you? How would they describe me? I don't know, probably like silly and sarcastic. With that group of friends that came to my birthday, I'm really sarcastic with them. So that's fun. John would go back to the Roman Republic. That'd be really interesting to see. I also feel like going back, you'd realize just how people have always been exactly as they always have been, which you really get when you look at like the graffiti in Pompeii and things like that, where it's like humans have always been the way that they are. There's not like a particular time where humans are different. Like humans, they're just like in different clothes with different technology, but they're still human. And I feel like honestly that'd be interesting, especially when the first pictures came up and everything. They weren't smiling generally in the pictures because they have to stand there for a long time as it like the exposure happens, right? So by the time they're done, they're just like, fuck this. So you get a lot of photos where you think that people are all just like very conservative and everything, and that when you hear about the values of people in the past, it tends to often be like swayed towards like the rich, because the rich are the people who write the history and they were the ones writing the books. So it'd be interesting to kind of see the entire thing. Like, for example, people always say like, oh, girls were married off very, very young and everything. And like, if you kind of look back, it was mostly the rich who would do that, for like political reasons and everything. Whereas in general, like the average age of people getting married was like in their early 20s. So that's pretty much about the same. Andrew would go back when the first Star Wars films were being filmed and try and get on set. You're just going to be in the background like, hi, Mom! Hi! Yeah, I'm in Star Wars. Yeah. And John says that I'm crazy awesome. That pretty much describes me. Tom said, very weird, also loud and somewhat manic, but fun-loving. I'm pretty sure that could also apply to me somewhat. It's kind of funny that I'm kind of louder in person, or as opposed to, I feel like when you watch ASMR videos, since everybody's kind of whispering and speaking slowly and quietly, and it's like a small intimate moment, that it kind of gives off the impression that ASMR artists are always kind of like soft-spoken and quiet and like introspective and everything. But so many of us, it's interesting because then you watch them like how they are in everyday life, and it's like, hey, what's up? So that's fun. Angus says that he would describe me as wonderful, lovely, and silly. Well, thank you. Andrew says people either describe him as quiet if they don't know you too well, or inappropriate. Well, I wouldn't know. David says caring, fun, adventurous, and empathic. Yeah. How many pillows do you sleep with? I have one pillow. It's a pretty decent pillow. A friend sent me that. It's a high quality pillow. It's pretty good. I have to fluff my pillow every night though. I like fluff it, and then after that I flip it this way and this way so that like the cushioning gets reversed. Angus sleeps with 1. John sleeps with 2. Tom sleeps with 1. James 2. David 2. 2 tends to hurt your neck. Yeah. 2 pillows can hurt my neck as well. It depends on if they're like flat pillows. Like my boyfriend has 2 like more flat pillows, but mine when you fluff it up is pretty decent. So sometimes I'll sleep with 2 pillows though, because sometimes my medication gives me heart palpitations at night, and it's very, very distracting to have your heartbeat like you're just very, very aware of your heartbeat, and it feels like it's pounding really loud, and you can just feel it like in your gums and like in your ears, and it's very strange and really uncomfortable and very difficult to sleep when you're lying down and you should be in a resting state, but your heart is like boom, 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 boom. So I found out because Chris suggested to me that if I raise my head a bit more, then it quiets down and I can sleep better. Yeah. And Andrew says they sleep with 1 really flat and then 1 squash between the first and the head post. That sounds weird to say that you sleep with 1 really flat and then 1 squash between the first and the head post. And then John says, am I the one who frequently flips the pillow so as to sleep on the cold side? I used to do that when I lived in Hawaii because it was warmer, but not so much here. Not as much. What is your favorite fast food chain? By the way, we're at about 26 minutes left because no, not 26 minutes. 25 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes. Andrew says they could sleep with no pillow if needed. while we're all also talking about like things like that, like I always have to have a blanket on, even if it's really warm, because like the blanket makes me feel protected, and so I can sleep better because I have some blanket on me. Similar thing will happen when I'm in the living room as well, or I'm just working. I'll have a blanket around me even if I'm not cold because I feel safe. This cat, like, she is a small cloud. She is a small cloud. Yeah. Angus says Burger King probably. You don't eat that much fast food. I probably order the most food from Jack in the Box. I get their chicken strips and curly fries and probably a shake. Does the cat need her own channel? Well, she actually appears a lot in my vlogs, but she probably could have her own channel. There's actually this new ASMR channel that's called Cat Close-Ups, and all of their videos are like cats grooming themselves or cats eating, and they probably have a purring video on there or something, but they're actually tingly and just kind of interesting to watch. That's cool. And then David says Harvey's, a Canadian burger chain. Is Harvey's like the what we call Carl's Jr. here, or is that Hardee's? That might be Hardee's. Carl's Jr. is actually pretty good too. They have good fries and they have pretty decent burgers and burritos. Well, I guess technically it's Green Burrito that has the burritos, but they're like the same place half the time, most of the time. Jack in the Box, it's a fast food restaurant. They sell burgers and tacos, actually. I never eat their tacos, though. They're mostly known for burgers. Kind of like Hardee's. Oh, Chris is back. Chris is back from getting a few things. Hello. I'm on the live show still. Because I started, so I like 20 minutes. Hi. Yeah, I guess says you don't have that in the US. I mean, you probably mean the UK, right? Because you are in the US. Or you are in the UK. I'm in the US. Yeah. So Chris really likes Carl's Jr. That's probably his favorite, along with In-N-Out. In-N-Out's okay. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's good. Yeah, no, it's fine. Jack in the Box is more of a West Coast thing. Is it? What do you like? Oh, you already answered. You said Subway, most likely because there's one within walking distance to your house. Subway's good too. I like Subway. I pretty much always get the same thing. I always get honey oat bread with turkey, yellow mustard, tomato, cucumber, oregano, salt and pepper. But last time I got their turkey bacon avocado thing, which is pretty good. Actually, usually like fast food bacon and things like that are like the really cheap microwavable kind, and they're not very good and they don't really taste like bacon. But theirs did, and I got it toasted, and it was really good. Yeah. Then John said Dunkin' Donuts. Sure, that counts. I've never actually been to a Dunkin' Donuts, so I don't know what that tastes like. Probably donuts. Probably tastes like donuts. And then Andrew says that Domino's Pizza is your favorite. I love Domino's Pizza. We get Domino's Pizza all the time, and now they have Domino's Rewards, and we have one pizza for free, but we're saving it for when we, like, if we are low on money at some point so that we can treat ourselves. Because if we have plenty of money for pizza, then we'll just buy it for now. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, John is like, what? But yeah, I haven't ever been to Dunkin' Donuts. There actually isn't a Dunkin' Donuts around here. Recently, like, in a vlog, I was on a donut hunt, and there actually is one really good donut place. It's like an independent place, but they close at like 3. But there's no. So we were trying to find a donut place, and I searched Dunkin' Donuts, and there's none near me anyway. So yeah. And Jim says used to work at Subway, so eating it now just reminds you of work. Yeah, I can't even go to a Marshall's anymore without feeling kind of like vaguely stressed out. I can go to a Ross. I get a lot of clothes at Ross when I actually do buy clothes, but. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts doesn't exist in the UK, says Angus. You know what I don't get is when people are obsessed with Krispy Kreme donuts because they have like the one flavor, like just glazed, and it's not like particularly amazing. But people will like freak out and like, yeah, we're getting Krispy Kreme, and they'll get like a 20-pack of Krispy Kreme, and I'm like, it is not that good. It's not worth that many donuts. Like it's not like it's a donut. Like it's decent enough of a donut, but it's not like I'm freaking out over Krispy Kreme. Yeah, and Angus says they have Krispy Kreme and they're awful. And Andrew says that they get that here, and Angus says you don't like them. Yeah, like, not to mention just like the titles are great. It's like Krispy Kreme, like great. It's like stale, crispy, cracked glaze. That's just what makes me think of it. Just yeah. And then John says, "I'm right. Krispy Kreme is over vaunted." Yeah, I really like that one place that I go to, but I'm not going to give the name of them, even though they deserve business. Because again, like, I don't want you to know where I live and stuff. But yeah. And then Tom says everyone they know like Chipotle, but we've never eaten there. I've eaten there. They're pretty good. There's actually another independent place around here that makes really good burritos and everything. Oh, it's so good. Chipotle's fine. It's just that their burritos are guaranteed to fall apart. Like, there's no way they're going to stay together. It's not going to work out. Chipotle's Mexican food. Yeah, I mean, technically, it's not like super traditional, but it's like Americanized Mexican food. Not as Americanized as Taco Bell. Taco Bell's not even anything close to that. What's actually funny is that like Taco Bell tried to open up in Mexico and it failed because it's not like anything like Mexican food. And then they tried again selling it as American food and they still failed. It's like Taco Bell isn't that great. But yeah. And then David said Krispy Kreme came to Canada and it lasted about 3 months. Yeah. There's some it's just I feel like maybe a lot of people I don't know. I feel like a lot of people get really excited about some things that are just not really good. Like, okay, so there's this one time where I had these people and they're like, let's go to Hooters because they have the best chicken wings. They're the best chicken wings in the whole world. And so, like, that was all I was going to eat that day because that was, like, the big meal. And they got this huge, like, pyramid of chicken wings. They were so terrible. They were, like, just skin that was, like, hard and, like, tough and there's like just basically just bone and like they're eating it and they're like, oh my god, this is the best thing, and I'm just like I can't even like bite into it, and I was like, great, I'm not gonna eat anything tonight because this is disgusting. And they were still like, oh my god, you don't like it, this is the best, and I'm like, there's not even any meat on these chicken wings, it's just like hard skin and bone, like what are you talking about? It was terrible. And they were like loving it, they were so into it. It was very strange. And then Tom Brace says a little E. coli on the side. Yeah. Then John says, is Chipotle the one with the extremely oversized portions? Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Although apparently every portion in America is like a lot bigger. You know what's interesting is I had McDonald's recently for the first time in years, and I just got a 6-piece because I didn't want to like overeat. But then you're done eating it, and you don't feel like your stomach has filled up at all. So you have to get like 20 chicken nuggets to actually feel full. So it's like, I don't know, it's weird. People are like, wow, Americans ordering a 50-piece chicken nuggets, and it's just like, it doesn't actually fill you up, and then you're hungry like 3 seconds later. But yeah. Yeah. Truly. Right. So, what's the most daring thing you've ever done? No, there actually is a 50-piece meal that you can get, Angus. Like, that came out in the last, like, year or two, where you can get a 50-piece of chicken nuggets. Generally, people get that, like, to split. They don't really usually get that for themselves, but yeah. Vulcan says I have to go because it's midnight in Turkey, but thanks for my ASMR videos and one of the best of ASMR performers. Thank you. Have a good night's sleep. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye. Right. So, what is the most daring thing you've ever done? I'm trying to think. There was something that I was really afraid to do, and I ended up doing it, but I can't remember what it was. So, maybe I blocked it out from fear. What is the most daring thing I've ever done? I feel like there was something that I was really afraid of, and then I did it. I rode a horse once and I fell off, and it's like, okay, so I did fine. I was having it walk around and I got it, and then I was ready to get off, and I thought that the people I was with were aware I was about to get off because I was like, alright, I'm done and everything. So I let go of the reins just a little bit, like I didn't have them tight in my hand, and then the person, like the father of my friend, he's like, alright, and he just slaps the horse on the ass, and the horse just takes off, and I'm like, oh fuck, and I can't like stay on, and I just fall off, and it hurt really bad, and I'm just like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna be trampled by a horse, and I'm gonna die. And it was really painful. And after that, they were like, all right, well, you have to get back on the horse. You have to. He's like, I'll be your sponsor for Fear Anonymous if you need to. And so I get back on the horse, and I'm like, all right, oh cool, all right, let me get down now. I didn't get down on my own last time. And the dad was like, you did get down on your own, just a little bit faster than you thought. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It was so painful. My body was wrecked for like so long. It was so not good. There's actually a vlog about it. I had somebody like filming me on the horse, but then they stopped filming because they thought I was going to get down, and so they stopped filming, and that happened, so they didn't get it on camera, but I bet it looked really painful. But yeah, there's a vlog about me getting on a horse. It happened. The vlog is called I'm on a Horse. So. David said that they repelled 90 feet out of the local hockey arena. I'm sure those words mean something. Andrew says, I went to a Halloween night at a nightclub dressed as Dr. Frankfurter from Rocky Horror once, although I wasn't fearful, and so I don't know if it counts as daring. I think it's fine. That's probably. And then John says he deserves 3 water balloons. Yeah, the ceiling of the arena. Oh. That's pretty wild. Angus ziplined on this huge tree at the special park. It was crazy, like 90 feet tall. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that stuff where you like jump down from a really high height. Like, I can't do it. Like, oh man, I wouldn't be able to go skydiving or anything. You think about it, it's like maybe once I jumped out of the plane at that point, maybe it would be interesting and cool. But it's like before that point, getting in one of those tiny little planes, I'd be terrified of getting in those tiny little planes. I'm fine with like normal like big commercial planes. Like when you get ready, I'm all excited, and then you get to like go super super fast, and you're like, yeah, I never get to go this fast any other time, and then you like fly it, and like when they first go, they're always like bouncing and like horrible, and you think you're gonna die, and it's exciting. And then the rest of it, you know, it's fun. But those little planes where it's like you'd be wobbling around, and you're just like one little tiny thing's protecting you, and it's just like, no, I wouldn't do that. You get into this thing, and then you jump out of the plane. It's like getting into the plane, going up, and then jumping out. That would be all. The whole problem would be that, and then after I jumped, it'd be interesting. But who knows? Or even those things that they usually have like by hotels and casinos over here, where it's like you just go up, and then you basically just like bungee jump down, basically. Oh my goodness, there's this one ride at, what is it called? Six Flags Vallejo, and they have this like thing in there where again they like you go really really high up and then you drop and then you like swing and bounce and everything. And one time I went there and there was like an 8-year-old girl on it and she was having the time of her life, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this 8-year-old girl can do this and I'm not. Like, it was really interesting. She was like, was so small, and she was like, yeah, woo! And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't do this. Tom says the rest of you have far more interesting lives than me. Well, I mean, I don't know. In general, it's not like my life is super interesting. It's more like I just talk about the parts that are exciting. Yeah. This is a weird question. It's like, what kitchen appliance do you use every day? It's like probably a fridge. Like, you're just always passively using a fridge. So, why? Why are you even asking this question, you weird survey? How old were you when you learned Santa wasn't real, and how did you find out? And then Tom says, the only thing I can think of recently is telling a girl I liked that you had a crush on him. Sounds so juvenile now. No, that's actually really big. It can be really, really scary to put yourself out there and let your feelings be heard. You know, there's always that fear of rejection, and it's such a personal thing. So that is actually really, really brave. And I'm proud of you. Angus says, Santa isn't real? Oh, no. Well, sorry. But yeah. John says they were always aware they wasn't real. I'm pretty sure that I always knew, to be honest. It's like I know what my mother's handwriting looks like, and all these presents are signed by Santa in my mother's handwriting, so it's not like I was unaware. Same thing with the tooth fairy. It's like I already knew that my mom was that. We actually had this tradition where instead of putting the tooth under the pillow, we'd have it in a glass of water next to the bed, because we'd wake up too easily, so she was trying to like tuck under the pillow and like leave money. Like we would just wake up and be like, hi Mom, and everything. So yeah, we would just put it on the side of the bed in a glass of water. And there was this one time where, like, what we would do is you'd get $1 for the tooth, but if you lost, like, a big tooth, like you lost a molar or something, you get $5 for that. So that was exciting to lose one of those. And there's this one time where I woke up and the money wasn't there. She would just slip the money under the glass of water, and it was like, I don't know, I woke up and it wasn't there, and I was like, "Hey, Mom, the tooth fairy forgot to do that." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, she must have been busy. Don't worry, she's gonna come tonight." And I'm just like, I always knew that it was her, and I always knew that it was my parents who were Santa thing. Like, I never really believed in that, but yeah. So, well, no, I mean, it's not a sad thing. It's not a sad thing. It's more like, I don't know. It's more just like I enjoyed getting presents. Like, it's like you see all the presents that your parents would buy you building up, and then on Santa they'd be like on Christmas there'd be like extra Santa presents. So that was always exciting. That you'd get more presents than you were expecting on Christmas morning. Yeah. Yeah. Right. We have like 9 minutes left. What was? What 3 items would you take with you on a deserted island? Satellite phone, seeds, water purifier. Guess what movie I've seen? David says, I don't remember how, but I was 9 and had to keep it a secret from my 5-year-old sister for another 4 years. Yeah, I don't think my sister ever believed in Santa either. My sister's actually older than me. I feel like a lot of times when I talk about her, people get the idea that she's younger than me, but she's actually older than me. I'm the little sister. Oh. Yeah, good choices. What about the rest of you? What would you bring on a deserted island? Machete, cigarette lighter, alcohol. Alcohol to like use in some way or just to get hella drunk like Jack Sparrow. And then John says satellite phone, trouble kit / go bag, guns and ammo. Does that count as 3 things? It's like phone, trouble kit, that's like a whole bunch of other things in there. Guns and ammo are like separate things. And you can only have like 1 gun. You can't just list 10,000 things when you can only bring 3. It's like, just, no. And then Andrew says, both disinfectant, explosive signal, and entertainment all in one for the alcohol. That's good. And then Andy says, oh, but I need ASMR. You can just, well, if you take the person who was on your deserted island thing, you can just be like, hey, so if you want to go on this trip to me that will definitely not end in us getting stranded on an island, do you know how to make ASMR sounds? Do you know this? So anytime you get on a plane, or like on a boat that's actually crossing like a significant amount of water, just always bring someone who knows ASMR and like make that a requirement for every time, just in case you get stranded on a deserted island. I'm tagging along now. Well, all right. This is what my job has brought things to, getting stuck on an island. Tom says phone, pocket knife, lighter. David says big knife, satellite phone, flare gun. That's pretty good. Like one of those not hunting knives, but like I think they're called like camping knives, where they're basically like they have like sharp, like normal parts, and then they have serrated parts for like different things that you're gonna need it for. Something like that. Either me or Heather, then I guess so. And Andrew says just think of money triggers you can get from a coconut. You know what? Okay, so you know what's interesting is that I lived in Hawaii, and when you see coconuts, they don't look like little brown circular like things. Like that's not what coconuts look like. I don't know if like maybe it's inside those things where you find those, but that's not what coconut looks like. They're like these huge, weird, like green and yellow, like just vegetable looking thing that are really, really heavy and really difficult to break open. Like it's very difficult like to break them open, and they just like fall. Like I'm pretty sure there are probably people who've been injured by a falling coconut before. They don't look like that. So I could actually try and find a picture and see if I can find what a Hawaiian coconut looks like, because they don't look like that. Let me see if I can find one that it actually looks like. I guess this one kind of is what they look like. How can I show you this? I guess I could screen share for half a second. Screen share. Just the Hawaiian coconut. So for a second, they look like this. This is what coconuts look like. They're really, really big. So yeah, and then it should just, there you go. So that's what they look like. And then John says they have cows that lay eggs. Bonus point if you get the movie reference. I unfortunately do not get the reference. But yeah, Hawaiian coconuts don't look like the little brown circles. Like maybe, I don't know if they're like inside of that, or it's just, I don't know. That's just what coconuts look like growing up in Hawaii. So Angus doesn't get the reference either. 4 minutes left. So I'm going to make sure to send the cards today because otherwise it's going to wait until we get back. And that's a little bit late. So, and I was already pretty late mailing the last ones. So I'm going to do that as soon as this is over and mail them. So if you want your card to be sent now, I would like maybe just do that right now and send me your address. So that I just have them right there and I can just send them. So I would do that right now. Yeah, alright. So we probably have time for like my email. It's softlygaloshes@gmail.com. I'll write it in the chat for you. There you go. Yeah. So let's see. What's your favorite type of foreign food? I do like Chinese food a lot. Mexican food, I'm kind of like embracing Mexican food. For the longest time, I don't know why, but I just had like a weird thing where I didn't want to try it, mostly because like I've always had a really like hard time trying new things, and because I didn't really get exposed to Mexican food, I then did not expose myself to Mexican food. But I have recently, and it's really good, which is very beneficial because I'm going to Mexico and I'm going to be eating a lot of Mexican food. But now I really, really enjoy it, so that's good. Angus says Chinese food. David says sushi. Angus says or Thai food. Andrew says pizza. It's Italian. John says not sure. Andrew says proper Italian pizzas are nicer than takeaway pizzas too. I would imagine so. And then Angus says just Asian cuisine in general. Yeah, sounds good. What other kind? Was there any other kind of? I had Greek food once and it was good, but I only had it once. I didn't actually eat that much Hawaiian food growing up either, which is just a waste because again, I was weirdly picky and would just eat like hamburgers and chicken nuggets and stuff. So I didn't eat that much Hawaiian food. But I had some of it. Like I had, of course, I had candy. So there's like the Lihingwa candies that I have, and I did like haupia. Haupia is kind of like a little gelatiny looking thing that is made from coconut. Actually, pretty good. Pretty delish. Do you think we have time for one more question? Which one of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest? Definitely not hearing. Because, okay, I've probably mentioned this before, but if you didn't know, I have, like, completely terrible, like, directional hearing. Like, I cannot tell where sounds are coming from. I think that I'll be sure that I know where it's coming from, and I'll be completely wrong. So, for example, if I'm, like, looking for my phone, so I'm, like, having someone call my phone so that I can find it, it's like, I'll be like, it's totally over here, and I'm, like, looking under my desk and everything, and it'll legit be, like, on the couch or something over there, and I'll just be convinced. Another really good example is, I don't know if you ever played categories, but the timer is kind of like a tick, 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 tick sound, and I was hearing it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, where is the sound coming from? It was at my parents' house, and I was convinced that it was coming from the kitchen, that it was coming on from, like, the other side of the house, that it was coming from the kitchen, and I couldn't find it, and my mom's looking in a completely different place, and I found out that I had been sitting on the timer. It was literally directly beneath me, and I was convinced it was coming from the other side of the house. So, yeah. My sight, I mean, I can see pretty well. I don't have the best sight. Things far away are kind of blurry. I don't have perfect vision, but I can generally see pretty well. Like, I see stop signs. Oh, not stop signs, but like road signs a lot quicker than a lot of people that I know. So, yeah, my directional hearing is terrible. As for the other ones, taste. I mean, how do you know if your taste is good? Like, how do you know if you have a particularly good sense of taste? Right. The other ones, there's touch. How would your touch be the strongest? I guess if you're just like very sensitive or like you're ticklish and things. I only have a couple of tickle spots, and it's not on my ribs. People always go straight for the ribs. It's not me. It used to actually hurt because people would like. I used to be like really underweight, and so if people would try to tickle my ribs, it was just like, here, stab you in the ribs, and it wasn't very comfortable. I think probably the most ticklish spot is on my hips. That's probably where I'm the most ticklish. And then Andrew says everything else is just bad. And then John says, in your defense, the annoying noises do that to many people. Probably. Right, so it is 3:21, so it's time to go, and I need to completely pack my bags now because I hadn't done it before because we needed to do laundry last night, so clothes are the majority of what you pack. So I'm going to pack, and then we have to go to a store or two, and then we're going to go, and I need to leave as soon as possible. I may or may not edit the vlog from yesterday tonight if I have time. If we stop at a hotel tonight or something, I might do that. But I'll do my best to be editing my Vlogmas vlogs as much as possible. It's going to end in 5 days anyway, so and then for the rest of it, I will be recording stuff. I just won't be posting every single day. I might have like multiple days in one vlog or something. But just 5 more days of Vlogmas. Like I said, I'll try to edit the one from yesterday if possible. Right. Oh crap. Did I do that? Right. Okay, so I edited the video from yesterday just now before this show, but I had to watch it all the way through before I post it, so I should have been uploading that now, but now, oh god. Oh man, I fucked up. Oh god. I fucked up so bad. It's gonna render and it's gonna take forever. I should have just started rendering it. I shouldn't have waited. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you for coming. I'll try and send out your things as soon as possible. Hopefully we still get to leave today, otherwise we might just have to leave in the morning or something because Chris doesn't want to have to drive all night. So hopefully it's going to be okay. Alright, I gotta go now. Bye.